Crypto Kids, I am extremely excited for today's video because there is so much information to share. Do bear with me for this one, but we're going to start off with the price of Bitcoin. Do make sure to destroy that like button. That would be very much appreciated. If we can get this video to 600 likes, that would be crazy. So we're going to start off with the short-term analysis for Bitcoin. We're going to jump into a bit of the macro one, see where the very crucial level of resistance is, and have a look at this insane chart. And of course, then we're going to switch on to the news. So again, bear with me. That would be awesome. Now, looking at Bitcoin in a shorter term perspective, Bitcoin is currently trading at $44,000. We're hovering at this point, and we're not seeing any signs of reversal. Now, in my previous live stream yesterday, I discussed that 47K is going to be crucial for Bitcoin. Now, the reason being is at $47,000, Bitcoin has seen this incredible level of resistance back in March 22nd of 2022, where after we hit this level, and I remember this was the level that I actually first started doing YouTube. So if you go back to my first video on YouTube, Bitcoin was trading at $47,000. So as soon as I started YouTube, Bitcoin actually dropped 62%. That was very unfortunate, but we saw a massive drop, 62% drop, and that was caused by the 42K level. So if we come back up here, it will probably cause a rejection. And remember, Bitcoin has been going up for 8 consecutive candles. And the last time was that we went up by 7 consecutive candles back in 2020. So at 47K, I really do think we can find some resistance, especially that Bitcoin has come down, found support, found resistance multiple times on this level. So I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a rejection from there. Now, this chart is incredibly bullish for the macro perspective. Why? Because we're looking at the past 2 Bitcoin halving cycles. And once we go back, we can see that after an average of around 220 days from the halving, we can see that Bitcoin actually breaks above the previous all-time high on a logarithmic scale. So judging by this average, we can assume that in 2024, when we see the halving, after approximately 220 days, which falls to October of 2024, we can see Bitcoin at $69,000. And my personal prediction for the top of the bull market is going to be in 2025 between $90,000 and $95,000, which is driven from the data that we have from the previous cycles and the previous tops, etc. So that is what I'm personally looking at in terms of Bitcoin technical analysis. But we're going to jump into the very crucial data and very crucial news. Well, the first thing is first, Bitcoin is up over 16.5% within just 6 days of starting December. So that is pretty phenomenal. And I just wanted to mention that because I find that pretty crazy. Now, this is a tweet from Willy Woo. He is an economist, a technical analyst that I follow on Twitter. I think he's beautiful in what he shares. So we can see here that it's something actually that we discussed on the channel too. After BlackRock launched its gold ETF, making it easier for institutional clients to actually purchase gold. Gold went crazy, right? We've been parabolic on gold, and we very recently hit an all-time high on gold as well, because assets that are hedges against inflation, like Bitcoin, have been going up, and gold went up ever since. And that's just a reflection of what can happen after BlackRock's spot ETF is approved in January of next year, hopefully. And guys, remember, I've been talking about Dogecoin. You guys know, if you guys have been watching this channel, if you guys have been watching me on the Moon Show, you would have known that I was talking about Dogecoin. As a matter of fact, I posted this tweet on November 5th of this year saying that Bitcoin is, well, not Bitcoin, but Dogecoin is about to have an historical breakout on the weekly time frame. And guess what, guys? If I go to the Doge chart, you're going to be very surprised. Doge hit 1 cent, ladies and gents, and it's up 45% ever since the breakout. So massive, massive congratulations if you did decide to open a long trade on Dogecoin. I've been a massive Dogecoin accumulator. It's the one altcoin that I strongly believe in. So I've bought up massive amounts of Dogecoin on spot over the past couple of months. So that is beautiful, amazing. Congratulations. Do share in the comments section down below if you did buy up Dogecoin, and let me know what is your end of year Bitcoin prediction on the 31st of December. What price do you think Bitcoin will be trading at? So that's absolutely fantastic. Great to see Doge exploding in price. But back to the Bitcoin news. So Bitcoin's open interest, remember a couple of weeks back, we were at all-time highs for open interest. Well, we're seeing open interest climb like crazy again. And if you missed what open interest means, it's that usually it's the amount of options open on the market, and options are usually traded at this volume by institutional clients. That means that a lot of institutional clients are going into Bitcoin and opening positions and assuming that the Bitcoin price will trade higher in the future. Now, the reason why I'm saying institutional clients and not retail clients, we can see on the Google Trends that, in fact, the search volume for Bitcoin worldwide over the past 5 years, it's been, it's gone up in the previous bull markets, right? This was back in 2019 in the 2019 bull market. Then back in 2021, when we saw these two bull markets, we had the search volume peak like crazy. And then in 2022, we saw Bitcoin search volumes go up once again. However, now with the price going parabolic, right, reaching astronomical levels, we're not seeing the same level of people actually searching for Bitcoin and show interest in Bitcoin. So that is kind of the difference between the previous bull markets that I've been mentioning on the videos. It's not the same. It's not the same in the sense that retail individuals are not as interested at the moment, but there is a chance after the ETFs are launched and there's a lot of marketing about the ETFs and Bitcoin, then we can see the retail volume coming back in. So that's the only difference, right? And this is some breaking news by BlackRock. They keep on continuing to work with the SEC. A lot of the ETF issuers are actually working with the SEC right now. There's a lot of reissuance of the ETFs, and just a lot of things are going on. And it really looks like that they're working towards launching the ETF as soon as possible in January. And it also looks like that the Ethereum ETF will be coming in January as well, because they delayed it, the SEC delayed it by 45 days, and it looks like in January 25th, they're going to have to review it once again, and everything is just, January is going to be a massive month, and I can't believe that it's only 1 month away until January, so do watch out for that. But there is something that I want to share, and it's the fact that I was talking about mainstream media talking about Bitcoin once more regarding the ETFs, because of course these ETF issuers have massive budgets to go on and market the ETF and market Bitcoin itself. So CNBC is a pretty big one. They've had Anthony Pompilano on, I believe, yesterday, and they've had the CEO of Robinhood actually talk about the ETF today. So let's just quickly listen to what the Robinhood CEO has to say about the volumes going back up on Bitcoin trading. So I found it very interesting. So let's press play on that.
Bitcoin surging above $44,000 for the first time since April of 2022. Trading platform Robinhood disclosing this week that its crypto trading volume up 75% from October to November. Joining us right now on the set, no less. And we're seeing him here in person. We haven't seen him in a couple of years in person like this. Robinhood co-founder and CEO Vlad Tenev. Good morning to you.
Thanks for having me, guys. It's good to be here live.
We want to talk about so many different things, about the markets, about stocks. But let's start crypto, because we
75% in a month.
Off air, we were talking about sort of.
Yep.
Yeah, so that was the most critical point that I wanted to point out. So 75% of volume has come back into Robinhood from their crypto trading section, which has been their most profitable section in terms of their exchange itself. So that is pretty bullish, because Robinhood represents a lot of the retail investors in the crypto landscape, especially in the United States. So that is pretty cool. Now, this was a very cool news that I came across, that the Swiss city of Lugano adopts Bitcoin and USDT as a payment for their taxes and municipal services. So if you can pay for your taxes in crypto and Bitcoin, that is one step closer to actually using Bitcoin as the store of wealth and in transactions in real life. So that is incredibly bullish, and I really wanted to share this on today's video. Now, the next one is that IBM introduces new cold storage tech for crypto assets. Now, you're probably thinking, why is this significant? Well, the reason is that Bitcoin is code, and it's going to be able to be developed in the future. You can do so many things with it because it's a piece of tech, it's a piece of code, and you can build on Bitcoin. And this is a prime example of massive institutions going to be able to build on Bitcoin and make Bitcoin a better product. In 10 years, we're going to be able to do things with Bitcoin that we couldn't have even imagined today. It's like electricity being found, a couple of hundred years back, and they would have never guessed that you could actually power mobile phones with electricity. So it's going to be the same thing with Bitcoin, and I think that this news is bullish just because of that. This is a nice tweet by ZSS Becker, Alex Becker. It's actually pretty interesting that Bitcoin is striking very close to the all-time high if you look at it, but the altcoin market is still down 75%. And GameFi is down 90% off of its highs. So we're seeing Bitcoin kind of rally, but altcoins take a slower approach. And that is funneled by the institutional investment actually going into Bitcoin, but the retail traders not being there, FOMOing into altcoins. But I believe that will come after January. So altcoins, I'm expecting a massive pump in the upcoming months. So Coinbase stock has actually hit very recently a very nice high. In the past year, it's up 321%, more so than Bitcoin actually. So Coinbase would have been perhaps a better investment than Bitcoin itself. And currently, Coinbase and MicroStrategy are like the ETFs for Bitcoin in the stock market. So that's pretty interesting. And that's pretty cool to see that Coinbase is up so much. Of course, a lot of the ETF issuers are going to be using Coinbase to track the price and store their underlying assets in. So Coinbase isn't going anywhere, in my opinion. Now, the FOMC is coming in 7 days and 1 hour, and it looks like we're still not going to see a rate. We're not going to see a drop in the rates. That's expected to come in starting from January. So there's around a 15% chance that we see a drop in the interest rates, but most likely we're going to start seeing that in the third month. So that's in March. We're hopefully going to see January, February, March. Yeah, that's correct. We're probably going to see the rates drop in March of next year, and when that happens, we can see goods such as Bitcoin, the stock market start to rally again. And I think it's safe to say that we've basically avoided a recession in the short term, but of course in the long term, the US economy isn't doing that great. The housing market in China isn't doing that great. So the entire world overall, other than the Middle East, is suffering a little bit. And of course, the third world countries where there's a lot of hyperinflation, they're not doing too well too. So in the next 10 to 15 years, I really do see Bitcoin being adopted in countries where there's a lot of hyperinflation and being used in economies, even bigger economies like the United States. So let's see what that, again, very, very bullish news for the traditional markets and Bitcoin overall. Now, this is very important. So if you guys hold any BUSD on Binance, do make sure to change it into USDT or any other asset that you want, because BUSD is no longer going to be supported on Binance. So do be careful with that. That's something that I would be on the lookout for. Guys, Phoenix Group, which is one of the biggest mining companies in the world, just had an IPO on the Abu Dhabi Stock Exchange, and they raised about $300 something million. So again, another beautiful company raising a lot of money in the crypto space from the traditional aspect, which is not bad at all. Guys, ORDI, what? What? ORDI was just literally, what? A couple of minutes ago, we were at like $57 just before I was recording this video. What is going on, ladies and gents? ORDI just went up by like $10 in a matter of 1 hour. In fact, it's up around 10% today. That is crazy. I do not understand the deal with ORDI, right? This is something that I'm not understanding, unfortunately. It's up, if we refresh the page, we're up like about 850% in the last month. So this is pretty crazy, guys. If you know why this is happening, I did talk about ORDI like a couple of months ago, saying it's the next big thing in crypto. And you can find that video actually on my channel. But if you guys know what is happening with ORDI, please do let me know. And if you hold any, do let me know as well. But this is too crazy in my opinion. But guys, we're gonna end it off there. It's been a long video, but it's been a good one. If you do want to look for a place to trade Bitcoin, you can head over to the description below. Sign up to Bitflex. It actually takes 20 seconds. It's one of the fastest to sign up exchanges in the world currently. And you can also sign up to Bybit to trade Bitcoin as well. And we have some cool promotions just for my community. But guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you did enjoy it, but I will see you all on the next video very soon. So guys, take care and bye-bye.